Hello, every witch. Welcome back to the Purple Door Divination Guild Tarot Tuesday. Although I very much apologize because it is actually now Tarot Wednesday. It is February 26th. I'm sorry for the delay, but that's just how we're rolling these days. So you're seeing a view of the duckering station here. And I don't know if you noticed that card jump a few seconds ago or not, but we've been having quite a few things happening paranormally down here in the apartment where our great and dear, sweet, beloved great grandma recently crossed over. All hail the traveler. But she was in her own way a very mystic woman, and we can talk much more about that later. The point is that there's been a lot of activity here, books falling off of shelves and whatnot, and I noticed earlier today that after I pulled these cards, they kept shifting around. I don't know how many times I walked over and put them back in like normal 1, 2, 3, so everything looks symmetrical. And I thought, well, maybe there's a cat walking over here. But then I started keeping my eye on the spot. No, there's not a cat. But I wish I had put the camera on it to be able to video for a minute. There has been just stuff going on. And even that kicker and jumper card at the top, if you scroll back through the video, the jumper card just really jumped right out of the deck as I was putting it away. It was remarkable. The selenite wand that I used when I put the tarot cloth down, that fell off the table earlier. I know that there is another selenite here in the old church that would be preferred on the table. How I know this is that I feel a great connection to an opening, a portal here, and so does Grymm. And he connected to it a little earlier than I did. I knew it was there, but didn't really allow myself to feel it until a little bit ago, before it was Wednesday. I kind of had my own little panic attack moment. But I just had to vibe with the energy. Grymm is graciously sitting in that spot as I acclimate myself to it. Those of you that are empaths probably know what I'm talking about, but he is going to turn the cards for me. I love you, babe. So the first card and I love you great, and I love all of you out there. Thank you for sticking with us. I know it's been a rough go. Thank you, Grymm. You can ring that if you feel called to.
Thank you for your space, great. We honor it.
Card number 1. The Emperor. One of the things about the Emperor is that he serves as a balance to the Empress. The Empress stands as the mother goddess. The Emperor therefore stands as that masculine, that sacred masculine balance that we often are so afraid to discuss these days. We don't know how to define it anymore. And this Emperor card reminds us that seeking that balance within ourselves always is a goal that we are searching for on our own without any politics involved, without any religion involved. It is a personal pursuit that we each encounter, that we each go through and process through as part of this journey. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the trivial things. Great would tell us that none of that matters. None of that matters. When you leave this realm, you leave as light. Remember the divinity in yourself. And so it is. Card number 2. Oh, the star in the reverse position. You know, I know that sometimes you feel like everything you do right now is just pouring your energy in someone else's cup, giving it away freely over and over again. It's like you're actually redefining what psychic vampire is, because you feel people around you constantly pulling, whether it's someone you know that needs something desperately from you, or someone that you encounter in the grocery store that you just feel pulling at you. This star card is out of balance right now. Allow yourself to go through these next few weeks. It's still a little bit chilly in a lot of parts of North America and Europe. That's where most of our followers are from. God bless you all. But take this time to align yourself. Align yourself with your greatest and highest purpose. Align yourself with that next best step. When you're feeling a little bit befuddled and unsure of what to do, just stop for a second and close your eyes and breathe and remind yourself, you already know. You just need to remember. Take your time. You'll get there. Don't rush yourself. Card number 3. The Temperance card also in the reverse position. You know, I'm called to say that still waters run deep, and you have really kept your mouth closed on a certain topic or topics that are very, very close to your heart. They run so deep, as we might say, it's affecting the root of your character, of who you are in this lifetime. You do not claim to be an angel. You do not claim to be an angel. And I just got to tell you, those connected to the daffodil, or those that have been recently talking about yellow daffodil, or have been guided by yellow daffodil, take a look, because that springtime flower is lending its energy to you right now. So take a minute to look that up, Google it, witch, and see what you get. It looks like you are also in the process. I know this is the Temperance card, which usually means balance, but it looks like there's part of you holding yourself back. That phrase from Great Grymm keeps coming into my head tonight, and I just have to share it again. And just like that, it leaves my brain. Thank you very much. Other side.
Figs?
No. Yeah, the figs one. It's
Don't be surprised when a fig tree sprouts figs.
Right. Right. Don't be surprised.
If it's in
Thank
balance.
you! Hello.
Wow. Hello, great. If it's in balance, the fig tree is going to do what it's naturally supposed to do, produce figs. In a terms relevant to who we are as a spiritual being living this human quest, if we're living in a spiritual balance, if we're living a life of balanced temperance, both spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of those things, then we too will produce figs. We will become our truest form.
Right. There was light at our root.
Yeah.
And Don't let this particular situation or situations with whoever these people or persons are, don't let your own light get doused. Allow your own light to shine your way. Even if you feel like it's maybe, not what is in their best interest, you need to know what's in your best interest. So take some time to think about that. Okay, now we've got the jumper and the kicker card. The kicker was the one that's covered. The jumper, we're going to read that one last because it's going to add a little bit of something to this reading. Okay, here we go. That's the kicker. That's the little extra oomph to the first 3 cards. This one goes out to everyone. So no matter if you picked 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, or all of them, this card, the kicker card, and that jumper card belong to you as well.
As an enhancement.
Right. So this I see. Yes, indeed I do. This would be the 5 of Wands or the 5 of Staffs, depending on how you read it. This is about that number 5. This could be a time right now where you are either constructing something or deconstructing something. But this is for you to decide. Are you building something forward, or are you deconstructing it, moving it backward to see how it works, or click it backwards to see where it all began? This might be something as simple as, I know somebody I assigned homework earlier today, and I said they had to go do some research on their great-great-grandfather. It might be that. It might be deconstructing in that way, or it might be building some new hope forward, building some new visions forward. It might have to shift a little from what you thought about it first. But that's okay. Allow it to shift, because if you kept it static, all you're going to do is hurt at the joints, right? Let that evolve. That's the kicker card. Followed by...
just a second, I get that one back in there.
Followed by the jumper.
May I?
Oh, absolutely. That one popped right out of my hands. It sure did.
It really did. As you were laying the cards out for the day, and you did your, was it the closing flip?
The closing flip.
That one just pop.
Yep, sure did.
And as I've been sitting here going...
And that selenite one got kicked off the table.
I've been sitting here going, boy, I wish I could remember Roman numerals. Oh, wait, if I can remember how to count, I can tell what that symbol is. But it got me to thinking about the history of this book. So what I want to do is, this is everybody's card to learn from.
Right, it's the jumper. It's the little
jumper.
It's the chili powder in the chili.
Right? Yes.
It's the kicker.
The kicker.
No, it's the jumper.
The jumper. No, the jumper card, everybody. It is the 10 of Pentacles. So what I want you to do is grab the first tarot book, do a Google internet search or whatever search engine you use for 10 of Pentacles. And whatever pops up, the very first search, read what that definition means and think back on the rest of this reading.
What if that first one doesn't resonate? What do I do? I could do one of 2 things, I guess, if I may offer. I could either read on to a few, because I always tell our students, or we always tell them, don't just read the first one.
Right.
Read through if it doesn't resonate. But, you might get lost in that. You might be reading, Biddy Tarot and this tarot and that tarot for the next, the next 2 weeks. Don't get lost in that. Stay focused.
I just thought it would be a fun practice, because what I realized is you were talking about the history of this particular deck.
Right.
The meaning of this card from the artist's perspective and from the creator's perspective is a little different than what it would be for other decks. With
right, absolutely.
And this deck, the history of it, I'm not going to go into it. That's your story to reveal. Really is a history of tarot built into these 70.
So, I love that.
Into these cards.
You know what they could do? a lot of these folks in our divination guild in particular, and even so the witches in the Purple Door, a lot of them have a deck of tarot cards.
Right.
So, get out your deck, shuffle it up, put it in, your sacred space, get yourself ready to do a little divination, and find that card.
Yeah.
And which one was it, Grimmer?
10 of Pentacles, and post it in the comments,
Yeah,
please.
post it in the comments.
What the deck that you used or the source that you got for your 10 of Pentacles research and what it meant to you.
Please and thank you. And thank you for joining us. We have missed you all. We are so glad to be coming back soon. We are so honored to be in this space, our new home, and we can't wait to share it with you. We're just getting it into shape for ourselves. Love you all. Stay blessed, and certainly stay magical. Thank you, babe.